Hi guys, my name is Juliet Ambali and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much. If this is not your first time, you already know that it means the world to me that you come here time and again to watch my videos. God bless you real good. Today I want to talk about a topic that I know a lot of women especially have in mind. I know that some men too struggle with this, but the main focus is for women and for several reasons obviously, and it's on juggling between career, business or work, and family. I filmed this video before. The first time there was an audio issue, so I had to delete it, and now I'm happy that I'm refilming it again. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned a thing or two. God bless you real good. So the first point that I would like to talk about is the need to prioritize things per time and per season. Now I'm going to give examples for these two different points that I've made. Prioritizing things per time, and then second, prioritizing things per season. There's one other point. But now, when I say prioritize things per time, one major mistake that a lot of women do is that when they are doing certain things, their mind isn't always like fixed on that thing, so that they are done with that thing and then they move on to the next. Now, this is what I mean by this is totally different from you multitasking. Okay, that's very different. But by so doing, I mean you are doing something right now, but your heart is your mind is not totally in that thing that you're doing. As you're doing this one, you're also thinking about the next thing. So you're not giving your all to one. At the same time, you are also focusing on something else. Do you understand? So the fact that your attention is divided between one to the other will make you feel like you're not giving your best and to affect you in every area of your life. So it's very important that in whatever it is that you're doing, prioritize things per time. When you're at work, focus on work. Okay, work is that time where you are doing your business or doing your work. It's not the time that you should start thinking so much about what you're supposed to do at home. You should have put certain systems in place so that those things that should be running at home should be running. Okay, ensure that when you leave work and then you now go home, what you're supposed to be doing at home should be what you're doing at home. It's not when you're at home then you now bring out your work tools and start trying to finish one thing or the other, trying to meet one target that your boss gave you to do, or trying to beat one deadline and what have you. So it's important that you prioritize things per time. When you prioritize things per time, it will help you a great deal. I know that it may not be as easy as it seems. By putting the practice, putting the work, trying to do it, you'll see that it will help you a great deal to find that balance. Okay. Now, still in line with that first point that I mentioned, is the need to prioritize things per season. Now, when I say prioritize things per season, let me give an example. For instance, you're in a season of your life where you need to upscale your personal development, let me put it that way, where you want to do better in one area of your life or the other, that can in one way boost your career, help your business and what have you. Probably you then decide that you want to go back to school, or you then decide that you want to do one course or the other. Okay, this is a seasonal thing. You're not going to do this for a very long time. Well, yes, it may take you a week, it may take you a month, it may take you months, it may even take you up to a year or a few years, but it's a seasonal thing. You're not going to do it forever. So what do you do in this instance? For instance, you are a wife, you have a job, you are going to school, and you have a family to look after. It's important that you prioritize ensuring that you are giving that thing that you're doing your best. But then you do not let your family suffer. In what way? Let's say you have Monday to Friday to go to school, and Saturday you don't have anything to do with school. Ensure that Saturday is not a day where you then go and pick something that you need to do for school. Ensure that that Saturday is dedicated to your family, so that everybody knows that yes, mommy or wife is busy doing one thing or the other from Monday to Friday, but Saturday she gives her all. Okay, so it's very important that you learn to prioritize things per season, but not at the expense of your family, by making provision for ways or for things that you can do so that your family does not miss you or does not notice that okay, there's something that is not balancing out right here. Okay, so it's very important that you know when and where you should fix something that would help to cover up for those times that you are not completely present as you hope to or as you want to. Okay, so it's very important that you have that in mind. Now, why this is so important in your relationship with your spouse and your relationship with your children is that one, your spouse needs you. Men may not necessarily tell you that they need you. Ensure that you create intentional time to do those things that will make your spouse feel that you are very present. Okay, if it means maybe he likes meals in a certain way, if it means creating time to prepare those meals and ensuring that okay, while you are doing the one project or the other, those meals are there, fine. If it means, if he likes quality time, creating one particular time, maybe out of your very busy schedule, maybe ask him out and say, can we have lunch today? And then you people go out to a particular place and spend time talking together. Do it. Okay, so don't just imagine that, well, he's my husband, he's supposed to understand. That period of time where you're doing that seasonal thing can hamper or can affect so many other things within your relationship, okay, if you're not careful. So it's very important that you ask for God's wisdom to be able to guide you to navigate those seasonal things that you're doing, so that there is that balance between what you are doing and your family, and so that your family does not, your spouse especially in this example, does not feel neglected. For parenting, children too can get affected, okay, so it's very important that you create time for them. The thing about children is they're very simple. They don't want your entire 24 hours. They just want few minutes. Mommy, please, can we do this now? It may seem like you are now getting to the peak of whatever it is that you're doing for your project. If you think you need to just collect some permit, you can tell them, okay, please give me 5 minutes, let me quickly get up to this thing, I'll come and meet you, and ensure that you keep to that promise. 5 minutes time, go and meet them. Or if it means you need to leave that thing at that time and then go and meet them, do it. Okay, so ensure that in those seasonal things, you're not just focused on those things to the point that other things suffer. That's the thing. And you're not feeling guilty. Okay, give your best to those seasonal things, and at the same time find ways in which you can balance up things in the other aspects of your life within your family. I hope this point is very helpful. Thank you. Now, before I go on to the last point, this point is especially for unmarried sisters, unmarried ladies. Now, it's important that prior to settling down with the person that God has designed for you, be sure that it is God's will, that it is God that is directing you into that marriage, so that that person understands your vision, that person understands what God has called out for your life, your career, and what have you. And that person will not be a hindrance, or that person will not cause you to feel bitterness because they are not giving you the opportunity to be able to thrive and grow in that career. Okay? It's absolutely fine. I need to say this a million times, please, if possible, that if your life's goal is to be a homemaker totally, and to nurture your home without doing any other work outside of the home, it's absolutely fine. Please don't let anybody intimidate you or make you feel as though you're not doing enough if you are not doing anything outside of your home. If your home is what God has called you to focus on totally, please, it's outrightly fine. Or if he has said maybe that should be your focus for a particular season, and then maybe later you can transition into career or business or any other thing, fine. Just ensure that whatever you're doing, it is God that is leading you and your home. Okay, so now I digressed, but back to what I was trying to say to singles or married ladies. Let this be like a nudging, so that you have it in mind that the choice of who you get married to can affect how you're able to juggle your career and your family. It's important that you're getting married to somebody who is supportive, somebody who will hold your hand, somebody who will guide you, somebody who will be understanding in the days where there are lapses. Okay, it's very important that you prayerfully let God guide you, so that you have complete peace about this. Not when you now eventually get married, you are having a whole lot of struggles. Now, like I always say, I know that there are people who are already in such situations that I'm describing already. What do? The most important thing is to obey the word of God. Now, what does the word of God say in things like this? Submit to whatever it is that your husband has told you to do in this season of your life. If he's not agreeing that you should delve into career or just focus on your home, or if he's not, or vice versa, submit to his will and pray. There's nothing that prayer cannot change. But don't try to fight it and say, oh, this is and you can't come and spoil my dreams. You can't come and do this and that. I have to. No, don't do that. You're just going to make things worse. Okay, it is easier to win situations through prayers. Okay, so focus on obeying the will of God by submitting, and then on praying, and then finding fulfillment in the other things that God has allowed for you to be able to enjoy in the present. Okay, so now it's important that you take note of these. Those who are unmarried and those who are married but are not getting the support that they want from their spouse. Now, in a way, I think that one of the points that I've mentioned to help you juggle career and family is that you need the support of your spouse, you need the support of your family, you need a support system. I say this time and again, and it's so I'm so passionate about support systems for families that I even did the research around it. The research is not yet it's not yet stamped. Okay, so but I'm 90% done with the research. Support systems are very important, extremely important. So as much as you can, get support systems. Now, lastly, one key way to get support systems outside of your spouse who will be present for you, who will be there for you, whether physically, emotionally, materially, or even helping you within the family to ensure that you find that balance that you want, is to delegate things to other people. I know that a lot of us like to do every single thing by ourselves, okay? So even if you don't like people coming to do things for you within the house, you can take out some things and give people to do. For instance, personally, I give out my laundry, like laundry for important clothes, quote and unquote, when I mean, but like maybe for going out, for church, and what have you, okay? Or if you're okay with it, get somebody who can come in and clean for you from time to time, and afterwards they can go. Okay, whatever it is that you know will suit your family best, find a means or several means to ensure that you can delegate one thing or the other that will reduce stress for you and will also give you time to be able to have time for your family. So that it's not when you have some time to spend with your family, you're now busy doing some other things that are not career or work related. Okay, so that's basically that about this video. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this video and that you find it insightful in one way or the other. If you have learned a thing or two, please do well to share so that someone else can find this very resourceful and use it going forward. And if there are other things that you know that we can learn from, please do well by all means to share within the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye.